So I finally watched 1996's Primal Fear, starring Richard Gere, Edward Norton, and more, and oh my goodness, I should have watched this movie sooner. The tagline of this film is "Sooner or later, a man who wears two faces forgets which one is real," and honestly, that speaks for itself. This tells you the type of psychological thriller this is. I thought an actual description or a log line of this film would be better explaining than me, so it's right here. But yeah, the dynamic between Richard Gere's character and Edward Norton's character gets more and more interesting to watch. It really intensifies. Especially since Richard Gere's character is a lawyer in this film, they really do not make films like this anymore because some of those courtroom scenes were intense. There's something about that intro for film and TV where the dialogue begins before the actual first scene, when the credits are still rolling, the beginning credits. I just find it to be so nostalgic, and sometimes it really tells you that things are about to get real in the movie or show. I definitely see how lawyers may find this film interesting, but also kind of scary. And we gotta talk about Richard Gere in that main role. But I can't lie, Edward Norton's acting, Edward Norton's not just a supporting character. I would say he's also a main character in this movie. But his acting is definitely up there. I don't understand why we don't really see Edward Norton anymore. This man, it's almost like he was just forgotten. Even the late great Andre Braugher, aka Captain Holt, is in this film. The beginning of this film already had me thinking that Edward Norton's character has a personality disorder and he's actually the one that killed the Archbishop. It's just the way that he was telling Richard Gere's character that there was a third person in that room at the scene of the crime. That's pretty much what the movie is centered around, is the crime that happens. This film will have you thinking that you know, but then you don't. But wait, you might actually do, and really you do not. The way the messed up exploitation themes with the tape of the Archbishop and the characters of Edward Norton and Linda and another altar boy, or the other altar boy specifically, are used in this film make it just crazy. And this film has such good dialogue. I like writing. I just appreciate films with good writing. Films that don't need cool action scenes or these really visually appealing things or themes, but just the dialogue alone can get you locked in on the story. That twist and climax is crazy, even if it may seem predictable. This film will make you think, what is justice? I mean, really, is it ever served? Is the system just automatically corrupt and unjust? But I feel like that's not even a question. And this is what I also meant by lawyers who may watch this film can find it scary, because that is your job. You are representing the law, and look at the way it actually works behind the scenes. Even not even behind the scenes, just without people even fully grasping or knowing. You're fighting for what? At the end of the day, stuff like this, if you watch the movie, you'll know can happen. I think the conclusion of this film, the way it ends, adds to what it's meant to be. The way Richard Gere's character walks off just reflecting to himself after what he realized and just found out make it hit way harder. Overall, Primal Fear gets 4 out of 5 stars. Go watch this movie if you haven't. If you have, what do you think? I love these psychological types of films. This is cinema right here. But y'all stay blessed.